Hi, my name is Dawn Britt. Welcome to the BSE Skills. And I'm so glad you're here. Be excited about everyone joining the course. But I want to take a brief moment just to introduce myself and let you know I'll be helping or any way I can on your journey. And it is a journey. So be patient with yourself. I think that's very important. But I want to just emphasize how wonderful the skills are themselves if you work the system, if you sometimes you have to spend a lot of time maybe in one specific area, just really depending on who you are, where you are in your journey. But that's okay, because the amount of time that you spend in that specific area will really help you and reward you, as far as your own healing. And I think there are a couple of things I would want to reinforce. One is the patience and taking your time. The other is really working the system and practicing. Practicing sometimes it's hard to practice. I know, it's kind of like I'm a runner and I don't like to go practice, but I have to practice. If I don't practice, I don't get better. And I think that's true in anything. And so I really encourage you to spend a lot of time in just practicing the skills and taking your time also. Sometimes you think, oh, well, I know that. Oh, I know meditation is good for me, or oh, I know what feelings are. But knowing something intellectually and having having it innately part of who you are, and having it, as Deidre would say, having it embodied in your personage is very different. It's very different. There are a lot of things I know intellectually, but I can't get them into my, I know I need to run faster, but it's hard to do that. So I think it's very necessary for you to practice. And I also think it's a key to spend time and not be hard on yourself. It's so easy when you're healing and you've been through trauma. It's so very easy to get sucked into that self-criticism and into those habitual habits that were imprinted in you at whatever time the trauma may have happened. And so I think it's very important for you to realize that these are imprints, and these are things that come up from your past, and not be hard on yourself. I think that's a really important thing, because I think that if you're in this program, you're already probably too hard on yourself, because I think that's what trauma does to you. Trauma creates a self that's a different self than maybe who God or who your higher power may have originally created you to be. And so I encourage you to take this journey. And part of this journey is to get inside your own self and understand who you really are, who you were created to be, and what is that purpose. And so using these skills will help you to identify that. I know it has helped me. It has helped me grow. I started out and I was devastated. I had lost my mom. I had lost my brother. I had sunk down to the lowest of lows. And without these skills, and without, being part of this group, the Safely Embodied community, it would have been very difficult for me to be where I am right now. And I think that's so important, because, it's all about connection, and it's all about healing in connection with other people. And yes, you go through these skills and you need to practice them, and you need to, be mindful of those ingrained imprints from the past, but you also have to be able to be present with others in community. And so I think that is very important. So I can't say enough, I guess, about how wonderful these skills are, and how wonderful it is for you to take this journey. And I will be surprised if you really do the things I've said, that you aren't really better, and that you don't feel better about life, you don't feel better about yourself, and you don't feel better about others who you may be in relationship with. And those are things that I think you can almost bet on happening if you just stick to this course. Thank you. Well, I mean, I just believe, I believe in, what you have in the book, and I believe in what you have said. And, I think this group has really helped me on my journey. I'm not saying anything that I don't think is
I know.
truthful.
From my end, having seen the change, I know exactly that it's like
Right.
totally true.
Right. And it doesn't mean that that you don't have times that you're not, not triggered. And, we all are going to be like that. But it's just having the tools and having the skills that you can rely on, so that you don't, it's kind of like you take yourself out of it. And it's like when you really heal, you're able to objectively look at yourself, the behaviors, and look at the way you think, and really examine, identify that, or you can't change.
And truly, you have changed. Well, it's not that you've changed, like the core of you is still there, but you're not overwhelmed by emotions. You have a sense of, who to be inside, what to be with, and you're not overwhelmed. That's key.
Well, thank you. That's part of the skills that you brought. I got from the book. Actually doing the book, and I do think you have to spend time on each of those. First time I read through the whole thing, and I was like, okay, wow. But then when I went back, and really said, okay, I need to really spend time on things I need. It works. It works. Good job.